Hello everybody and welcome to the Adventures of Drawing. I'll draw a little scene for you using a variety of pencils, a smudging tool and an eraser. So without further ado, let's go right into this. Okay, got a little frame for the scene here. Let me indicate a horizon line, maybe at the middle of our scene right here. And then I'll start by drawing the sky. Hello there and welcome. Oh, you're out already. That's okay. Somebody just checked out the stream for a second to see if they like it. That's okay. Just drop in and see if it's something for you. If it isn't, that's not a problem. All right, drawing the sky right here. Just giving it a light to medium value. Like so. Going left and right with a very flat part of the lead of my pencil. I want it to be a little lighter, directly above the horizon than it is up there, since the sky is more misty directly above the horizon than when we look more up. So let me get it a little darker up here. Maybe like this. Just like so. Okay, there. All right. Now I'll take the smudging tool and try to smooth it out. Make the sky as smooth as possible. Okay, just getting rid of most of those lines in here. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Now I want some clouds in here. Let's see. Maybe one is up there. I'll make circular motions with the eraser to get that cloud shape. Like so. Maybe going out of the frame right here. Then another one right there. Maybe that's a smaller one. Okay, and maybe its orientation is different. So it goes diagonally up there. Maybe it's not that small anymore. Getting bigger and bigger. Ooh. Quite a chunky fella now. Just seeing what I can do here. Okay. Maybe like that. And then maybe another one right here. Let's have some different type of cloud right there. Okay. Let me wipe off the eraser residue. All right. Now I'll take the HB pencil again and draw shadows on the lower sides of those cloud shapes. Let's say the sunlight comes from the right today, so we've got shadows down here and on the left side of the clouds. So down there, maybe a little bit more down here. Okay, and then to the left side, I'll make some C shapes in here. And since this entire side is turned away from the sun, there are going to be a lot more shadows than in this area where it's turned towards the sun. So I make quite a lot of shadows in here. Right there. Okay. Let's also add the shadows to this cloud over here. Right at the bottom, down here. Leave a couple of areas blank so that there's a structure at the lower side of the cloud. It's really that easy. Okay, now to the shadows on the left side. Just some C shapes coming out of there. Maybe a little bit more down here at the bottom. Alright. Now I'll grab the smudging tool again and fluff those clouds up. Make a transition from the bottom side to the side that faces us, and then make a transition from those shadow areas to the light areas. Okay, and then down here in the other cloud. I won't give those two linear clouds down there shadows. They're very thin, so the sunlight shines right through them, and they don't have a darker side to them. Okay. Right there. Okay. Now, for our horizon, maybe there's a mountain right there, just out in the distance. A couple of mountains at that. Okay. Some shadows in here. Wait. To make it consistent, the shadows have to be on the left side as well. And the shadows come from I had the shadows on the right side so many times now that I just automatically put them on the right side, but this time they're on the left. Right here and there. Over here, up there, maybe a little bit in here. Okay, now some detail in there, just a couple of lines for some detail. And I'll use the 3B pencil to do the same thing in the darker areas, just adding a couple of lines, maybe a very small cross-hatched area right here for some different inclination, but that's it. Okay, now I need a horizon back there, and I want some trees in the distance. So those trees are going to be closer than the mountains. Therefore, we can definitely see them. I think I'll make them just this big. I want them to go above the horizon. So let me extend the sky a little bit more down right here and over there as well. Okay. And then just going up and down. We've got some trees in the distance. Let's make them get bigger. Come closer towards the edge of the drawing right here. Maybe right there we start to recognize more features in those trees. Okay, you don't need to go all the way to the side, but I want to go all the way over here to the left. Maybe down there, I don't know, maybe like so. Okay. All those trees back there. And over here, we start to see individual trees. Maybe like this. Like so. Right there. Like this. One in between those. One there. Over here. And now we start to see some branches. Maybe like this. and right there. And they seem to be bigger right here since they're closer. And then start to see the branches here as well. Tell you what. No, okay. I'll tell you later. I just had an idea. Let's see how that's going to turn out. But it's going to be a surprise for later. Okay, finishing this tree right here. Like that. And then one more back there behind it. Okay. Now I want this to be a lake right here. And then there's some land coming in here. Something in the foreground right there. So I'll make the land down here dark. Let me maybe just quickly cross-hatch that area down here below the trees. It's all in the shadow of the trees, so it's rather dark down there. Okay, like so. And then I'll go across in the other direction. Make this tree line a little darker as well. Go in there again, making those trees darker. Okay. Now for the water in here, I just make some horizontal lines coming from the side, going all the way in there. In the middle, I leave a blank area for the reflection of the sun. Coming all the way in from the very side and stopping there at the reflection. Okay, maybe the reflection stops down here, so right there I can just go across the entire width of the body of water. Like so, over here to the very left. And there's something visible here as well, some parts of the water. Okay. Now I'll make some areas of the water darker. Let me first do it with the HB pencil still. Maybe some darker area right here. Darker area back there. Or just horizontal lines. And they should, if possible, fade out on both sides. If they're right in here, make them fade in and fade out. If you come from the side of the scene, of course, you don't have to make them fade in. Okay, some darker and some lighter areas. And now let's go even darker with the 3B pencil in some areas. Just to have some different types of surface for the water. The way the water looks depends on the reflection in it. Dark parts of the sky make it dark, and then the clouds make it very light. Okay, got some different areas in there. Now let's go ahead and make some waves visible in here. Maybe up there you can start to see some waves. I'm just still making very fine horizontal lines. And then in here I can see a couple more going into the reflection. Couple more down here, some coming in from the side. And as those waves get closer and closer to us, we can start to see some wave shapes. So I switch to the 3B pencil, and now I'm trying to make those lines a little thicker than the ones with the HB pencil. Get some dynamics in there as well. Make them thinner at one point, thicker at another point, and also go up and down very lightly. Some very subtle and slight wave shape. And some of them branch out from one to the other. Let's go over here and then down there a little bit more. Okay. Now let's separate the land from the water by just having a very dark shoreline. Just go along the shore with the HB pencil. Like that. Okay. Next thing we've got coming up are those two land masses right here, poking into the lake. I'll just give them a value with the HB pencil. Going down all the way down here, out of the frame, to make sure I am covering all the ground. I can erase it later, so that's not a problem. Okay, then I'm going across the upper edge right here, or along the upper edge rather, with my 3B pencil, and I'll make lines going into this land area to indicate some very slight changes in elevation. Maybe like so. And then we need another shoreline down here, like that. All right, let's have some more trees in there, shall we? I can stick to the 3B pencil, and then I'll just make some lines going up in the sky. Another one here, one back there. And let's have one more, maybe right here. And then one coming in from down there, from out of the frame. Okay. The tips of those trees look just like the trees in the distance. And then we start to have some branches coming out. Like so. And for each of those branches, we indicate the needles that grow on them by making a very thick zigzag pattern just below it, like so, with just a couple of gaps in between, but not many, and just very fine gaps. So it looks like a lot of smaller branches bifurcating off of the larger ones with a lot of needles growing on them. Let's have one more right here, one more coming down there, so this area's got something going on as well. One right here. Okay. Let's give it a trunk down here and something to stand on right there, and then finish by drawing this last branch down here, and then up to the next one. Some trees, some branches coming off, like so. larger at the bottom. Okay. Coming in over here. Next one right there. One down here. This one right there. Something more in here to fill up some gaps. I think this is another branch as well that I indicated before. So let's give that one some needles. This one right here. And there's another one right there. Let's have one more going out here. And then give this tree a trunk as well. Okay. Next one right here. Same procedure. Don't forget this one. That one right there. Going down here. All the way down there. Right here. One back there. Over here. Right there. In here. Over there. And down there. Right there. Down there. Okay. Something to stand on right here. There we go. Let's have another branch right here to make it wider at the base. Okay. This one a little larger as well. And maybe one coming down here. All right. Got the second to last tree right here. I'm not very talkative right now. My brain's not coming up with anything to say. But remember, we've got a little something to do still as a surprise in this drawing. And I'm really curious about your reaction to that. All right, let's have some more branches down here, otherwise it looks like this tree's floating at the edge of the drawing, which it isn't. It comes from below here. It starts to grow. If I push this up a little bit more, this tree starts to grow right here, roundabout, from outside of the frame. So of course it stands somewhere. So it's important not to have a gap between the lower area of the tree and the edge of the drawing. Okay, right here I have to make sure I cover this right side so there's no blank area in there. Since I didn't finish the background all the way. Knowing that I would put some trees here, I didn't finish the entire background. Where you can leave areas out if you know that something's going to be in front of it, so you don't make yourself too much work. Of course, that takes planning, but you can also do it spontaneously. Just say, I want something in the foreground right here, while you still draw on the background, and then you know that you will not, or you know that you do not have to draw anything right there at that point in the background, since something else is going to be there later. Okay, another branch and another branch. Let's put something in here, like so. Okay, something in here. Right there. Down here. Down there. All right. Some structure in the ground, so the tree stands on something. Now, do the last thing, or before I do that, I have to clean up the edges. Right here. Up there. Right here. And down here, like this, or not like this, maybe more like this up here. A little bit more even. I think right there, that's it. Okay. Get rid of the residue. Okay. Now what I want to do is extend this little area down here out of the frame. So we've got some more trees growing there, and they get bigger and bigger, maybe like this. And also we've got a shoreline down there, so let me extend that as well. Cross-hatching one way and the other way. And then just adding a water line. Maybe I should extend the water itself then as well. Let me just quickly try to do that. It's not going to be perfect, but I think I can do an okay transition. Gotta extend those waves right here. Okay, maybe like that. And now the only thing that's missing are those trees right here. I should really place some piece of paper below my palm so I don't end up smudging the entire drawing. Alright, maybe this is going to do. Right there, over here, all those branches. Right there. Next one over here. Couple branches to the right, and then some to the left. Up there. Up here. In here. Up there. Right here. I want to fill in the gaps, Because I want this to be a really thick, dense forest. Okay. Some more over here. That's probably the last full tree I'll draw for the last two. I think I just need to draw the tip. Okay. Let's just make it really dark over here. And in here, just dark. Another treetop over here. Then there's one over here. Okay. And there you go. There you've got our drawing for today. I hope you like what you saw. Drop down in the comments to tell me what you think about drawing outside of the frame. I know I'm not the first one to do this, but I think it adds a nice level of space. To a drawing or a painting. Okay. If you find yourself coming back to the stream, please consider subscribing. Maybe even give it a like if you like what you saw. And with all that said, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.